Imagine stepping onto the court, the crowd roaring, your team relying on you to make the right play. But deep down, a voice inside keeps whispering, "What if I miss? What if I fail?" This is the silent battle many athletes face, and it's a battle Marcus Smart knows all too well. From the moment he entered the NBA, Smart was never the most talented scorer. His shooting was inconsistent, his decision-making under scrutiny, and yet, year after year, he continued to prove himself as a vital player. But how does someone thrive in a game where confidence is everything, despite struggling with self-doubt? Today, we're diving into the story of Marcus Smart, how he overcame his fear of shooting, embraced his strengths, and transformed himself into one of the most respected players in the league. More than that, we'll explore how you can apply his mindset shifts to overcome self-sabotage in your own life, whether in sports, work, or personal goals. This isn't just a story about basketball. It's about breaking through mental barriers and unlocking your true potential. Let's get started. Success isn't just about talent or skill. It's about mindset. Many athletes, despite having the physical ability to perform at the highest level, struggle with an invisible opponent, self-sabotage. It's that lingering doubt, the hesitation before taking a crucial shot, the fear of making a mistake in front of thousands of fans. Self-sabotage manifests in many ways: overthinking, lack of confidence, and even avoiding responsibility in high-pressure moments. For Marcus Smart, this battle was evident early in his NBA career. He was known as an elite defender and a fierce competitor, but his offensive game was a constant source of frustration. He second-guessed his shots, hesitated in key moments, and often heard the criticism, "Smart shouldn't be taking that shot." He's not alone. History is filled with players who struggled to overcome their mental roadblocks. Whether it was Ben Simmons passing up an open dunk in the playoffs, or even greats like Giannis Antetokounmpo, who had to push through mental barriers at the free throw line. The mind can either be an athlete's greatest weapon or their biggest enemy. But here's the thing: self-sabotage isn't just a problem in sports. It happens in everyday life. People hesitate before making big decisions, doubt their abilities when presented with new opportunities, or avoid taking risks out of fear of failure. The patterns are the same, whether you're on the court or in the workplace. So how do you break free from it? That's where Marcus Smart's journey becomes so important. His story isn't just about basketball. It's about learning how to silence that inner doubt and take control of your own success. And his transformation started with one crucial moment. Marcus Smart's story begins far from the bright lights of the NBA. Growing up in Texas, he was known for his toughness, competitive fire, and relentless energy on the court. But even as a young player, one thing was clear: his game wasn't built around flashy scoring or silky shooting. Instead, he thrived on hustle, defense, and sheer determination. His talent earned him a spot at Oklahoma State, where he quickly became one of the most intense and physical guards in college basketball. But even then, questions about his offensive game lingered. Scouts praised his leadership and defensive prowess, yet there was always hesitation when it came to his shooting. Could he be trusted as a reliable scorer? Would his inconsistent jumper hold him back at the next level? When Smart entered the NBA as the 6th overall pick in the 2014 draft, he faced the challenge of proving he belonged. Playing for the Boston Celtics, a franchise with a rich history and high expectations, the pressure was immediate. And as a rookie, the doubts about his offensive ability only grew louder. His three-point shooting percentages were underwhelming, and fans and analysts alike criticized his shot selection. There were games where he would hit big shots, but then there were nights where he couldn't buy a basket. Over time, this inconsistency began affecting his confidence. When the ball was in his hands, the hesitation was visible. The fear of missing became greater than the desire to take the shot. But Smart's defining trait was never his ability to shoot. It was his ability to adapt. Instead of running from his weaknesses, he faced them head-on. He doubled down on his strengths, embracing his role as a defensive anchor and emotional leader. He worked tirelessly to improve his mechanics, refine his shot selection, and develop the mindset of a player who wouldn't back down, no matter the situation. Even when the criticism didn't stop, he didn't let it define him. He wasn't trying to be the best shooter on the team. He was trying to be the best version of himself. And that shift in perspective would be the key to his breakthrough. But what was the turning point? What made Marcus Smart go from a hesitant shooter to a fearless competitor who thrived under pressure? That moment was about more than just basketball. It was about taking control of his own narrative. Every athlete faces a moment where they have to decide, keep playing it safe, or embrace the risk of failure to truly grow. For Marcus Smart, that moment didn't come from a single game-winning shot or a highlight reel performance. It came from a mindset shift. The realization that his value wasn't defined by his weaknesses, but by how he responded to them. Smart's journey towards self-improvement started with accepting who he was as a player. Instead of trying to be something he wasn't, a pure shooter or a high-volume scorer, he focused on maximizing his strengths while methodically improving his weaknesses. He put in endless hours refining his shot mechanics, working on his decision-making, and developing a more controlled offensive game. But the biggest change wasn't physical, it was mental. He had to rewire his approach to failure. Instead of fearing missed shots, he embraced them as part of the process. Instead of letting criticism dictate his confidence, he built trust in himself through relentless preparation. This shift became evident in his role with the Boston Celtics. As the team's emotional leader, he was never afraid to take big shots, even when the percentages weren't in his favor. His ability to deliver in high-pressure moments wasn't about perfect technique. It was about unwavering confidence. He stopped second-guessing himself and started making plays with conviction. One defining moment came in the 2022 NBA playoffs. With the Celtics making a deep postseason run, Smart stepped up in crucial games, not just as a defender, but as a playmaker and scorer. His impact went beyond the stat sheet. He brought intensity, leadership, and a fearlessness that elevated his team. That season, he won the NBA Defensive Player of the Year award, a rare feat for a guard, proving that his dedication and belief in himself had paid off. His transformation wasn't about becoming a perfect shooter. It was about owning his game, embracing his identity, and silencing the doubt that once held him back. But how exactly did he do it? What strategies did he use to shift his mindset and push past self-sabotage? That's what we'll uncover next. Marcus Smart's transformation wasn't just about skill development. It was about mastering his mindset. The same strategies he used to overcome self-doubt and fear of failure can be applied by anyone, whether in sports, career, or personal growth. Here are some key lessons from his journey. 1. Embrace your strengths. Work on your weaknesses. Smart understood that he wasn't going to turn into an elite shooter overnight. Instead of obsessing over his flaws, he doubled down on what made him valuable: his defense, leadership, and intensity, while consistently improving his offensive game. In life, recognizing what you do best while addressing weaknesses gradually is the key to long-term growth. 2. Shift your mindset on failure. The fear of missing a shot used to hold Smart back, but once he changed his relationship with failure, everything changed. Mistakes became learning opportunities, and taking risks became part of the process. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it as a stepping stone to improvement. 3. Preparation builds confidence. Smart didn't just wake up one day with newfound confidence. He built it through repetition, hard work, and relentless preparation. The more you train, practice, and refine your skills, the more you trust yourself when the pressure is on. 4. Take ownership of your role. Instead of trying to fit a mold that wasn't his, Smart embraced his unique style of play. He became the heart and soul of his team, proving that success isn't about being like everyone else. It's about being the best version of yourself. By applying these lessons, anyone can push past self-sabotage and step into their full potential. And as Marcus Smart's story proves, true success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about having the courage to keep going despite it. Marcus Smart's journey is proof that success isn't about being perfect. It's about persistence, resilience, and the willingness to push through self-doubt. He didn't let his weaknesses define him. Instead, he built a career by embracing his strengths, improving his mindset, and refusing to back down from challenges. His story goes beyond basketball. It's about overcoming the mental barriers that hold us back in any area of life. Whether you're an athlete, an entrepreneur, or someone chasing a personal goal, self-sabotage is a universal struggle. But as Smart has shown, the way forward is to trust the process, prepare relentlessly, and believe in yourself, even when others doubt you. So ask yourself, what's holding you back? Is it fear of failure? Fear of judgment? Whatever it is, remember that growth happens when you step outside your comfort zone. Just like Smart, you have the power to change your mindset, take control of your story, and become the best version of yourself. If his journey inspired you, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more stories of resilience and growth. Now, go out there and take your shot.